Welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. This is kind of like a little workshop on which crystal or which crystals are the most effective for opening the third eye. So I'm going to take you through at least 12 years of my understanding of opening what's called the third eye. This is Ken. Say hello, Ken. Ken is just lost his, I've just noticed he's lost his eyelash. Pull yourself together, man, will you? Get yourself off to the local beauticians and sort yourself out. Okay guys, let's be serious. Third eye. Where is the third eye, first of all? Interesting. Lots of shamans believe the third eye is a lot lower here. Lots that I met. So what I tended to do is work from the nose, tip of the nose, to round about here. So I'd work in that kind of motion. So third eye, what does it mean? What is it? How do you open it? What kind of like, what do I do with this? What do I do when I open it? What if something goes wrong? In my field of work that I've researched over the years, I think there's a lot of people who come up with these ideas and different methods. And I think, you know, each to their own. I think that's fantastic. But when people ask me, what's your method? I say, if there's any children, just block your ears. I don't teach BS. No bullshit here. It's as simple as try this, see if it works. This is how I do it, and this is what I felt worked. And for me, if I explain now from each crystal to the most powerful crystal of how to open the third eye, that's my understanding over the years. Okay, it's my understanding. So I'm gonna share everything with you about the third eye and how to open it. So this isn't a 2-minute video. This is a video which is really getting in depth. It's a workshop of how to open the third eye. So in my understanding, the third eye is more about an energetic frequency. So what is a blocked third eye? It's a really interesting question. Why is it blocked? What makes a third eye blocked? What I noticed about helping people become more aware when I did my circle nights is I went around the circle and there might have been 50 or 100 people there, and I would work on that energy, just work on it and feel and see what was going on. So I'll give you some for instances. A lot of psychic workers, people who work in this field, the shamanic workers, healers, they work on energy and how it moves. So they can say, some can say to you, well, it's moving in a wrong direction. It's not moving fast enough. It's not moving too fast. It's blocked. There's nothing happening. So there's many reasons how and why people say it's blocked. So it's not that simple. But I'm going to give you a simple solution to all of this and to break it all down very quickly. However, let's talk about crystals and how they do help. There's something about the hand that is very powerful. And there's something about how you hold your hand when you are doing the cleansing and the clearing work, and how to rotate, how to move, how to work on that third eye. So that's interesting. We're going to come to that. How we hold a crystal is also interesting in the same way as if you were doing the work. So I'm going to give you a for instance. So let's say number 4, the most powerful crystal, number 4, that's this. So it's kind of like a wand. I like personally my wands to not have that point, but a lot of people, a lot of healers like that. They like to feel that connection right there. Now, if you know anything about healing work, there is something here that is an activator for healing work. So shamans will activate the palm and in this center section here. I've never had to do that because I believe that our power is within and it will naturally occur. However, I do appreciate that there's a nice connection there and here with the fingertips. There's something in the fingertips and there's something in that point there that makes a massive difference. So if I'm stood here and I'm working on the third eye, I'll normally get this hand up here, blasting energy here, and at the same time, I will be either rotating one way or another or staying right where I am and working on the feeling of what's happening at any given moment. I'll run my wand down and I'll come back up again, and I'll work on that energy frequency till I get the right feeling, till I know something's opening or something is starting to work, and then I'll work on it. Rotation is very personal in my opinion, but if you are stuck with a certain teaching, then go with that, because that's still okay. I don't think there's anything that can go wrong with this. But for me, I go with my gut. It tells me which way to go, this way, or across. I can even do the sweep movement, so they call this the brush movement, okay? You've seen it in karate. In karate, it's the same energetic frequency. It's the same feeling, the flow. And basically, you're just blasting the energy of clearing. However, this crystal in particular worked well with me because it was a connector to the spirit world. This is my truth. I would use this particular crystal to help you connect to your spirit world, to your family and spirit, to help you meditate better, to help you connect in all forms of spiritual work. So this is my number 4 most beautiful crystal to work on the third eye, and that is quite simply amethyst. Amethyst wands are fantastic to work on. You can also take a piece of amethyst that you wear around your neck, and you can do the same thing, and I'll explain that at the latter end to what I'm talking about. But just at the moment we're using sticks or wands or a crystal that has a kind of teardrop, or some people call them pen-like structure, so it's a long section. I'm just going to show you one in a second. So amethyst, so here's a piece of amethyst, okay? You can easily use that as well. This is how I would use it. I'd take my fingers, at least those fingers, this one is okay left like that, and then I would do the same kind of work. I would still bring this finger close up and try to get it as close as I can to get all my fingers there, but it's okay if that wanders, it's okay. So we're doing this kind of motion, okay, or we're staying there, okay? But there is another way. I might as well show it you now. You take the crystal in this hand and you hold it there like that, and then you work like that, hold this hand out, and you receive and blast. Okay, so Ken's doing great. Well done, Ken. How are you feeling? Okay, so that's number 4. Number 3 crystal. Number 3 crystal I worked with and always find fascinating when I'm working on the third eye is Tektite. Now Tektite like this, I've always got a Tektite on. If you hold it in exactly the same way, like this, and work in any motion and just kind of scan at the same time. With Tektite, it's slightly different, because what you're doing is you're absorbing any blocks or negative energy. So this is how I would do it. I'd be going up and down and working on the frequency of absorbing any kind of blocks or issues. And you can actually feel it's being pulled into my stomach. So it's going straight through my hand into my stomach like that. So you can feel it going into you. And that's the Tektite working, not necessarily on this guy, who's a bit of a dummy. But what I'm saying is that when you are working with it, when you're holding it, no matter where you hold it, and up against there or a wall, the Tektite will start absorbing instantly. So you'll feel it, you can feel it instantly. So when you're working on your client, you can feel their energy being absorbed as well as your own. The stronger you are as a healer, the less you will feel of your own and more of somebody else. But it does absorb, and the absorbing of negative energy comes from all over. So it's from the room, from you, from everywhere. You can feel it. It's instantly, oh, I can feel it here, because as soon as you hold Tektite, it's absorbing that energy. As soon as the point of issue is being moved, you'll feel it in your body. And that too can be said when you're working on a client. If you're working on the third eye, you might get a terrific headache straight away. That is partly your energy, your cleansing, as well as your client as well. So it's fascinating. So what does Tektite do? It is an absorber of negative energy that is around the third eye and within where the pineal gland is. You can clear all that with this crystal. And this is how I would work on a daily basis on clients who were filled with monkey mind, stress, worrying they can't see the future. You would be working on the third eye and around. So like I said, if you focus on this section here and across here, you're going to be okay. You're going to find that energy, you're going to feel it, and you're going to absorb it with this crystal. It's a fantastic crystal. If you haven't got one, go and buy one. They're amazing. So was that number 4? So that would make that number 3. So we'll go to number 2. Number 2 is, of course, the most beautiful Moldavite in the world. Moldavite is an amazing energy, and this actually works on a level of heightening the energy. So it does a multiple, it does 4 things at once. It clears blocks. It brings in connection to the spirit world. It brings a connection into other worlds, and it also heightens everything within you. It's a kind of, it's the most powerful. I call it, it's like sage in a sense. It's a jet wash to the third eye. It's incredible. And you don't have to touch the skin with Moldavite. There's been many times that my clients open their eyes and said, Jesus Christ, I can actually feel that. Did you just touch me with it? No, I'm nowhere near with you. I'm this far away as I'm using my Moldavite. Sometimes it just boom, and it hits people. So Moldavite is amazing. Again, just work on that kind of area to begin with, and then slowly move around and feel where you're being guided to go. Okay? Do not be frightened of going higher up. There's been many a times that I'm doing a healing session on this section, and I'm being guided slightly further up. And I'm only saying that because of experience with Moldavite. Moldavite nicely takes you up to the next chakra, the next power point. And that is the crown chakra. So it's connected. So you will, or you may go higher, okay, depending on what's going on. But again, don't be fixated on clockwise, anti-clockwise. Just follow that energy and you'll be fine. The next crystal that I used to use, and I used for many years, was a combination of the 2. So this is number 2 crystal. So this is the Tektite with the Moldavite. Now, depending on what you're trying to do for your client to begin with, you would either use the Tektite or you would use the Moldavite, right? Makes sense. So depending on if Ken here comes here with a really negative attitude and his life's crap, he doesn't know what's going on in his life, well, you know what? You would feel the pull to either turn it towards, first of all, cleansing that away, and then moving it around, and then working on strengthening and helping him with the connection. And then Ken feels better afterward, and Ken goes away. Ken feels like, wow, thanks for that. I feel a lot more like I know what I want to do, and I don't feel heavy anymore. I don't feel like everything's gone wrong. So this is a great duo to work with. So I would say that's number 2. So these are basically my tools for the third eye. So number 1, you're all going to ask me what number 1 most powerful crystal to use on the third eye. So I'll just grab that, shall I? You ready? Here it is. There it is. The most powerful crystal in the world for the third eye. So how you would do this is one hand's always receiving, and this hand can be used in many ways. Okay, you can use it this way, or you could use it this way, however feels comfortable to you. This is predominantly how I use my hand when I'm working on the third eye. Okay, so as I'm cleansing and moving and clearing, I'm feeling where I need to go. So the most powerful action on the third eye, when anybody says to me, look, I really don't know what I'm doing and where I'm going, what do you feel would be the most powerful action of your hand? So here it is. It comes in gently and remains there with this hand like that, and you just stay there. Whether it's for 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes, don't leave this beautiful point. and you will feel the energy becoming more heightened, more powerful. You'll feel your hand becoming hotter. It'll feel like there's an oasis, like there's a vacuum, like there's a hole, and it becomes bigger and bigger. That hole becomes bigger because you are creating a universe of energy going through and into this third eye. And it's one of the most powerful things you can do. This is not only activating the third eye, but this is strengthening this third eye. It's cleansing, it's clearing, and this activation is so powerful, it's unreal. So you may ask now, hang on a minute, well, why would you even use any of those crystals? Tektite is a great absorber, so are you. But Tektite does a great job. For a healer, it's great because I don't need to then go to my tree or go to Mother Earth or cleanse myself at the end of it because it's gone into the Tektite. So actually it's taken all that negativity away from that what would have sat within me and around me. Makes sense. Moldavite comes from a different place. It's a different frequency. You don't vibrate at that frequency. I don't. We have our own unique frequency that comes from the universe. But this is a meteorite. Where it came from, I believe it came from another world, another galaxy, it's a planet in my humble opinion. The planet destroyed itself in some way. I don't know exactly. Read my book when it comes out. I don't want to say too much, but inside Moldavite there is a frequency, a memory of such great power, of such great magnificence. You just feel it. That in itself is a rare and amazing crystal that does something that no other crystal can do. Amethyst is that kind of crystal that we all know is a beautiful crystal to help you attune to your higher self and to the spirit world. So they are all individually fantastic. But for me, the most powerful sessions I ever did on this third eye, on this PowerPoint, was with my hand. And when I was at the shows, I did PowerPoint healing. And that was just looking at the PowerPoint, seeing, in fact, look, he's wearing PowerPoints already. There's a lot more than that, by the way. So my client would sit down and I'd just feel the PowerPoints and work on them. And sometimes it would be just a case of 5 minutes on each PowerPoint, or 20 minutes or 30 minutes on one PowerPoint or two PowerPoints. And afterwards they'd wake up and say, wow, I can't believe there's 7,000 people in this place. And it felt like nobody was here. And what just happened there? It is amazing. If you're a healer, if you're a practitioner, don't ever fear people around you. The work's being done, you go into a different mode, and it's incredible. And do that. If you're a practitioner, keep doing it. Go into do these shows because they'll strengthen you up to actually, all of that is not important. And what I'm doing here is important. And then you'll just focus on that and nobody else matters. And that's beautiful. If you keep doing that, it's like being on the radio. First time you go on it, you're a bit frightened. Then afterwards, it becomes like second nature. The same with healing. Thanks, Ken. It's been great. We'll do some more videos soon. Oi! Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Love you all. I tried to keep it under 20 minutes because some people just look at, how long is it? Oh, it's 20 minutes. Oh, can't be asked, can't be bothered. Well, you know what? You're not going to learn something in 2 minutes. You're not going to learn something in 30 seconds. You need to understand the basics of things to understand what it is. It's okay knowing the end result, but it's nice to understand what you're going through and why you do it. It's amazing. When you put your hand there, what happens is there's something so profound that words cannot explain. And if you do it to a member of family, hold one hand out and put one hand over the third eye and just leave it there and see what happens. Just give it 10 minutes and then stop and come away. You'll be surprised. Believe in your power, believe in your strength, believe in your healing work. You know, there's something very powerful about belief. And the problem is we've been told not to believe. We've been told that we're not good enough. When oh, you need to know this, you need to do this. No, you've got a natural healing ability. Without words, without certificates, without anything. You are a natural healer. So just try it. One hand out. Don't need to ask for anything. Just hold. Don't ask. Archangel Michael, don't need to ask any of that. Just hold, because you're a natural healer. As soon as you hold your hand out, just like Jesus, just like all the Buddhas and all of the rest of the gurus, one hand out, one hand blasting. It is a natural phenomena that's been taken away from all of us by that out there. It's stopping you from being a great healer. So try some healing on a friend today. If you want to go into more depth and more detail, and of course, if you want to be a pure energy healer and you want to be certified a healer, then click the link below and I'll see you at one of the courses very soon. Have a great day, guys. Thanks, Ken. It's been great.